Okay, Olivia, what are we looking at today?
Today we're looking at solving two-step equations.
Okay, so let's look at one example here. 2/3 x equals 10. Does that look like a two-step equation to you?
Yep, it does.
Okay, so Olivia, what's in our way here? We want ultimately to get to x equals something, but what's bugging us here? What's in our way?
The 2/3.
Right, the 2/3. And you can think of the 2/3, let me get a highlighter here. You can think of the 2/3 as two pieces. It's the 2 and it's the 3. Okay, and we need to get rid of both of those things, right? So let's get rid of the 3 first. Now, what's that 3 doing to the x, Olivia? Is it multiplying, dividing, adding to the x? What's it doing?
It's dividing.
It's dividing, right? Because it's the bottom of a fraction. So in order to get rid of something that's dividing, we do the opposite. What's the opposite of dividing?
Multiplication.
Good. So we're going to multiply by that same number. And remember, if we multiply 3 by the left-hand side to get rid of that 3 in the denominator of 2/3, we have to also multiply 3 by
10.
by the right-hand side, by 10, right? So that's what we're going to do here. So you see here we have 3 times the left-hand side equals 3 times the right-hand side. Now we can do that because it keeps the equation equal. Now, if you notice, the 3 on the left-hand side is going to cancel with the 1 in the denominator, because 3 divided by 3 is just 1. So on the left-hand side, what will we have, Olivia?
30.
On the left-hand side, we'll have what?
2x.
2x. And on the right-hand side, we'll have what?
30.
Good. So now we have 2x equals 30. So this is looking a little bit simpler. Now what's still bugging us? What's in the way of
The
x
2.
equal? The 2. And what's the 2 doing to the x?
It's multiplying.
Okay, so the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we need to divide the left-hand side by 2. If we divide the left-hand side by 2, we also have to do what?
We have to divide the right side by 2.
Very good. Okay, so now we have we're dividing both sides by 2 here. And now you can see here that these 2's that are around the x, they're also going to cancel. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we're just going to have x on the left-hand side. What's 30 divided by 2 on the right-hand side?
15.
Good, 15. So that's what we get. And here we have x equals 15. So we've taken 2 steps here. So go ahead and draw a box around that, Olivia, so that we know that's our answer. That's great. So we've really taken 2 steps here. The first step was to multiply, and the second step was to divide. And that's why they call these two-step equations. This is one example of a two-step equation. Now, it's always a good practice to check your answer, right, Olivia? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this x equals 15 answer that we got, and we're going to put it back in here for x in the original equation. So we're going to go ahead and put 15 for x in that original equation. You can see that these equations are the same thing. It's just that we put 15 in for x because 15 was the answer that we got. So now you might say to yourself, okay, 2/3 of 15, yes, is 10. That might be something you can do quickly in your head because 1/3 of 15 is 5, so 2/3 of 15 is 10. Or you might want to go ahead and do some math here to make sure that you're checking your answer. The 15 is kind of like a 15 over 1, so you can multiply those fractions. What's 2 times 15, Olivia?
30.
Okay, good. So we can go ahead and get to 30 over 3. And then you can say to yourself, what's 30 divided by 3?
10.
10. Good. So we can put a check mark next to our answer because the answer checks out. So that's one great example of a two-step equation.